On the great green earth there was an ocean blue, and fresh air and dew, and a great big land where all plants and animals grew. And there was no idea of a separated Pangea, and everything flourished, and all were nourished, and a plastic-free sea, and healthy bees, and an overgrown brush, and a rainforest lush, and timelessness existed because life had no rush. Good night, Earth. Good night, ocean blue. Good night, great big land of all that grew. Good night, world, and the fresh air and dew. Good night, trees. Good night, seas. Good night, ancient brush. And good night, rainforest lush. Good night, men, and good night, fan. Good night, little house, and good night, little mouse. Good night, life, and good night, streams. Good night, nobody. Good night, dreams. And good night to all corrupt human schemes. Good night, stars. Good night, air. Good night, noises everywhere.
Salutations, compatriots! Welcome to Nakey Apron. I'm so happy to see you. I've missed you so much. Tiana? Maria? Jose? Suyon? Chris? You're just as beautiful as I remember. Do you remember me? I'm your Auntie Sprite, and I love you very, very, very much.
Sure is a hot one today, isn't it, Sprite?
Sure is, Sledjo. I could smell you from about a mile away.
Nothing like the putrid stench of persistent organic pollutants, eh?
Well, it's certainly nothing like the flowers and the trees. Frankie, it's here! The word of the day has arrived.
Open it. What does it say? I just
can't wait to learn and play. I just can't wait to learn and play.
Drum roll, please. Sprite,
A is
take
for-
it away.
A is for apocalypse. Apocalypse.
Apocalypse?
A is for apocalypse.
Yes, A is for apocalypse.
A is for apocalypse.
A is for...
The letter of the day is A. There are many things about A to say, but no one cares enough anyway. Here are a few A words I want to say. Arctic, Antifa, abortion, aliens, autonomy, anonymity, anemone, Amendment 19, authenticity, anti-corruption policies. But today, A is for apocalypse. 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 A is for apocalypse. 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 A is for apocalypse. And that means everyone will die.
Say it's not so.
I'm sorry, Charlie.
So, this is happening to polar bears everywhere?
Yes, Charlie, and it's not just polar bears who are negatively affected by melting Arctic sea ice.
What?
Yeah, Charlie. See, the Arctic sea ice reflects the sun's hot rays back into outer space. Otherwise, the hot rays get trapped in the deep, dark ocean.
Oh, so like a black t-shirt on a hot summer day.
Yes, exactly, Charlie. Except in this scenario, when the sun's hot rays get trapped in the ocean, it heats up the ocean water, which further melts the Arctic sea ice.
What? And then what?
Well, then it's more bad news. The sea ice stores greenhouse gas emissions, and when the ice melts, the emissions get put out into the atmosphere, which further increases global warming.
What can we do to stop it?
Well, Charlie, nothing at this point. There's not really anything someone like me or a polar bear like you can do to stop it.
So you mean it's too late?
Yes, Charlie, it's too late. So we knew decades ago that climate change was happening, that the Earth was getting warmer, and that humans were causing it. But big fossil fuel tycoons like Exxon put a lot of time and money into misleading the American public about climate warming.
But surely somebody must have said something to someone.
Yeah, and somebody did. A lot of people did. A scientist named James Hansen from NASA in 1988 testified in front of Congress about the effects of global warming and that it was probably human caused. But the impact of that was that the fossil fuel industry, who was more worried about profit than the planet, put more time and money into further misleading the American public and covering the whole thing up.
But they can't do that.
But they did, Charlie. They did.
But
And they still do. I'm really, really sorry, Charlie.
I didn't want to eat all my friends.
Shit happens, Charlie. Shit happens.
I, Donald John Trump, do solemnly swear that I will faithfully execute the office of President of the United States.
Tonight, police moving in, forcibly arresting the remaining pipeline protesters in North Dakota. This day was inevitable after President Trump signed executive actions last month moving the pipeline plan forward.
I took off my jacket to let him know that I am unarmed. I don't have anything.
The incident captured on cell phone video by Naomi Montai.
He just kept hitting him. He wouldn't stop.
The first Category 4 storm to strike Puerto Rico in 85 years, slamming ashore around sunrise. Roofs peeled from buildings, debris flying.
Get down right here.
Keystone Pipeline spills 210,000 gallons of oil. What a surprise. The Keystone Pipeline just spilled a whole bunch of oil, this time in South Dakota.
The FCC just killed net neutrality. Republicans voted to repeal the regulations on a party-line vote, but not without scathing dissent from the FCC's two Democratic commissioners.
What saddens me the most today is that the agency that is supposed to protect you is actually abandoning you. But what I am pleased to be able to say today is that the fight to save net neutrality does not end today.
Thank you for joining Nakey Apron. Thank you for watching Nakey Apron. joining us today. And always remember, Nakey Apron loves you.
If I feel